You're watching Spotlight Chicago, presented by UI Health with Sarah Jindra and Ji Suk Yi.
Concerts and sports events are an exciting part of the warm season in Chicago, but standing near loudspeakers and roaring crowds could be detrimental to your hearing. I know this personally, actually.
Oh my gosh, me too. There are plenty of ways to protect your ears this summer and signs to look for if your loved ones have suffered any hearing loss. Cherukuri joins us with tips to keep you safe. Doctor, thank you so much for being here. Let's talk about some of these. We've been focusing lately on concerts and ball games. So why don't we start with concerts and the difference between an outdoor concert and indoor concert, or are they all generally
So obviously
troubling?
We all love Chicago summers, but some of the things we do can get very loud, and noise can cause permanent, irreversible damage to our hearing. So things to think about: lawnmowers get up to about 100 decibels. Concerts, you mentioned, indoor is even louder than outdoor because it's contained and it reflects, up to 125 decibels. Fireworks up to 140. Even a baseball game, 110 when they're really cheering.
Yeah, here's the, I love that you bring that up, because that's the thing. Like, you think that it has to be super loud for it to be potentially damaging, but it doesn't really have to be. It's like very everyday kind of stuff.
It can sneak up on you. It is loud, but you're just in the heat of the moment. You don't even notice it.
Right.
But if you ever left and your ears are ringing, that is a sign that it was too loud.
And I'm guessing, too, depending on your age, too, right, you're more susceptible.
Yeah, especially younger ones.
Right.
Like, the ear canals are smaller, so the actual sound pressure gets much higher. So if you go to any of these events with young ones, we strongly recommend ear protection.
Okay. All right, so what kind of ear protection? I know a lot of young kids, parents have the ear muffs, you know, what they call them on their kids, those headphones. What about adults?
Yeah, so a couple things. There are apps on your phone that are free that give you sound pressure level meters. So that's one thing you could do if you wanted to just get a sense. But really, the easiest thing is earplugs. You can buy them at any drugstore. You get like 50 pairs for a few.
The smooshy kind, right?
The smooshy kind,
they smush. And
we have an example here for you guys. But yeah, that's the easiest thing to do. You know, Lollapalooza gets very loud. I was there last year, and someone actually handed me a pair of earplugs. I was like, oh my God, how did I forget earplugs?
So even though it's outdoors, you should have earplugs at Lolla.
Like, obviously, the closer you get. But really, listen to your body. If you feel like it's too loud or your ears are ringing, that's a problem. You should get farther away. And distance does help.
So I'm guessing when you were at Lolla, you weren't one of the people that went straight down to the stage right in front of the speaker.
So I used to be that person, and now I have permanent damage in my left ear.
Oh, you do?
Yeah, it's really not great.
Silly question. I was going to say, how do you know when, obviously you leave a concert, you leave a show, your ears are ringing, but if it continues to, like, say, the next day or the next day, that's not good, is it?
So if it's temporary, you got away with it. It's called a temporary threshold shift, and it's reversible. But if you're ringing the next day, you should see an ENT or an audiologist as soon as possible to see what can be done. Unfortunately, a lot of times it is permanent.
Okay. I was going to say, once it does happen, is it reversible in any way?
If it's lasting for a couple of days, you might be out of luck. There are some medicines and things in trials, but no strong recommendations for that. Okay.
Well, you also mentioned, I mean, it's not just young kids and children that we have to worry about. It's also, you know, people that are a little bit older and wiser, right?
That's right. So summertime is often a time for extended family gatherings. And I'd like to take this opportunity to talk about how we can help some of our senior family members that may have trouble hearing.
Okay.
And certainly in my family, I have a few people that we have to speak up or repeat, or the TV's on too loud.
Yeah.
And everyone's familiar with hearing aids, but that's a whole different conversation to have.
Yeah. A difficult conversation.
Difficult conversation. So we are now recommending this new FDA-regestered conversation amplifying earphones. They're called ClearCast. And you simply wear them around your neck, kind of like the headphones we used to wear before AirPods.
Right.
There's earbuds you put in your ear, and it has a microphone and an amplifier in it, and you can suddenly boost the conversation. And so the elderly family members that may be tuning out can now tune in.
Wait, you have these around. Have you used them? They actually work?
I use them. They work great. There's actually a second thing. There's a wireless microphone you can use and place next to the TV or anywhere you want, center of a dinner table, and you can hear what's being spoken really clearly.
Can't wait.
And they look cool, too.
I have a few people that I can try to sneak this on a little bit. I know you do, too.
I was going to say, I would probably be that person.
No. All right, well, thank you so much for all this information. Just head to clearcasthearing.com for more information.